the gay men that I meet, some of them I could very much imagine. At some point, it's like you've said everything you can and you've done everything you can, and at most you were mocked or said something about you that makes you feel a certain way, and then maybe even been told some basic liberalisms like stop being a bitch, a woman, stop being gay.
I don't listen to too much what people are saying.
As a normal human, you're just gonna at some point be like, well, let me show you how I feel about that, really.
That's the good thing about me, is because I block everything out.
Yeah.
I don't pay much attention to anything else that's going on around me that doesn't concern
Yeah,
me.
yeah, but
I do my own thing. It's the way I've always done it.
But like Jesus, you're literally a mountain man.
A kid. You know,
a lot of these people, like they're in the middle of it, all day, every day.
Yeah.
Ever
All
since
day, every day.
kindergarten, a little girl in kindergarten telling me how to spell my fucking name.
Mm-hmm.
Telling me I'm spelling my name wrong. Fuck all these people. I fucking learned right off the fucking bat that everyone's a fucking asshole until proven otherwise.
That's the horror.
Truly.
That's something I taught my daughter. I was like,
Can't
there are real monsters in this world. Like, you don't understand. Not like on TV. Not like your family might talk about. I'm talking like real people that will fucking kill you. That will rape you. They won't give a shit about what you say, scream, or do.
Because it's their version of the truth, their version of reality. The little girl telling me, like, my name is spelled with a G. You know, that's her reality. Not fucking mine.
Yeah. That's the whole point. That's why people fucking tired of this shit. Because you get somebody with any position of authority and they try to use that authority.
Well,
whether that authority is
all your realities.
Being loud or being
I was constantly told
mean.
that I look weird, I dress weird, I act weird, I sound weird. I have a weird accent. I wasn't black enough, I wasn't Asian enough, I wasn't white enough.
Fuck them.
You can't speak well enough.
That's a real issue here.
I talk too much, I talk too quiet, I talk too loud.
Yeah, always. It's not good enough for anybody, huh?
I'm too active.
Everyone
I sit still too much.
They can all go fuck themselves, you know?
I'm too introverted.
Everyone's worried about you. Worry about yourselves.
Exactly.
You know? This was my always thing. You gotta
I got a whole bunch of jealous or hateful people telling me about me and how they can fix me or how I'm terrible.
Yeah,
and then they go around and copy off of what I do. Can't even just draw something in peace because I'm trying to be left alone. I try to make friends as a kid, and that didn't work out so well because I would have people who pretend that they like me and then all of a sudden start just ignoring me or start treating me weird just because the head of their clique came back from vacation and she's back in school now. Or because they feel like they don't want to tolerate me that day because I'm annoying.
I don't know what it's like to be anything other than a white man, you know?
Yeah. I had people go out of their way to tell me that it was great when I didn't show up to school the other day. And that they were upset that I was back in school. It was like went to a doctor's appointment or something.
Luckily that shit's over.
Or like family court. It's some shit.
Never gonna happen again.
Yeah, now I get people in public giving me weird looks.
No, like when we went to Staples, was it? The office store.
Oh yeah. So fucking used to that shit too. It pisses me off. It just feels like everyone's on some kind of shit.
They are on some kind of shit.
They're on some kind of shit.
They got shit for brains, most people. And
that's why I started isolating. I can't do that.
And I don't give a fuck anymore.
That's how you.
I'll tell everyone they've got shit for brains. I cursed out all of my friends. I told them they can all fucking hate me right to their fucking faces. I don't give a fuck. And you don't have to give a fuck. They can all go fuck themselves if that's how they want to act. Everybody.
Friends and family.
Everybody.
We get people turning against each other and treating everyone like shit.
They can all go fuck themselves if they want to behave that way. That's what you gotta tell them. You gotta take back the power for your own life. Because, like, they're not gonna... You know, maybe that might even change their mind. Maybe that might even, like, help them realize that they should respect you. But, like, it's not even about that. They can go fuck themselves, but, like...
Dents in the head.
There's definitely a lot of fixation on authority and listen to me, especially since this life takes away our rights and privileges and really rapes our privacy in every way that we can imagine. Our physical privacy, our mental privacy, our social privacy. It was raped, stripped, and beaten out of all of us.
One of the reasons why I don't like going to public bathrooms that much, I'd rather go to the bathroom outside, is because they have those sensors on a lot of the toilets. And, like, you could easily put hidden cameras anywhere. Even if you don't have sensors on the toilets. And even if it's, like, one of those places where they can't afford to have those automatic toilets and automatic blower things, some government agent can just go in there and put hidden cameras. I don't know.
Not even them, just some fucking scumbag.
Yeah, well, or some loco who was hired. Money. Yeah.
Someone who works at that fucking rest stop.
Yeah.
We're not slaves, we're captives.
Yep. And Big Brother's always watching.
You go to jail, you're definitely a fucking slave.
Oh yeah. That's when you're no longer on the run captive. Now you're
in captivity. In your box.
Slavery. The new version of it.
I feel bad for all the immigrants who come to America fleeing the war. They go from being refugees to being captives.
The real war that started back when they started cutting off the heads of kings and queens. The fuckers that fled that war because they didn't want to face any sort of truth, that they had to actually get up and start doing shit for themselves instead of throwing money at the problem. And or these people that were already indebted and the war hadn't reached them yet, like all the English colonizers that had to flee from Ireland and England to the New World with the Germans. Because, like, the Germans were the bedrock of saving the empire. You had the French Revolution at their heels. You had them pushing the gold and the crown in the direction of the colonizers because they had to keep it going. They're like, shit, we need it, and who'd they go after? The prison slaves first. They went after the poorest and the indebted of people and forced them to go do colonizing for them so they can keep that going. That's literally all this is. It's the French Revolution started. It didn't stop. And
we conquer, we absorb,
mm-hmm.
We can do our bidding.
And so this literal revolution has never stopped. That's why communism comes from France. When they made the first commune, they declared themselves free of the state, and then the state came and showed them what they thought of that. They killed every one of them.
Yeah, the communards.
Yeah.
So it goes. The story continues.
Yeah, and they can't stop it. because it's just humans, right? And they're just trying to put their oppression down. And they experimented on America with liberal society, and now they're gonna really see if they can get that machine going in Ukraine.
Oh yeah.
They get that slave army going for them.
That's their big testing ground.
They're gonna try to take everybody in the Slavic region. All the Rus people, they're all the next victims. The Soviet Union's previous peoples. They're just fucking playing their hands right in front of us. And we go into denial about it. And yet we're all somehow receiving the same message. How many millions of people know what we're talking about right now? Millions of people. We never met each other. That shit's real. That's what freaks me out, you know? This shit's real. These fuckers are real. We're not crazy.
There's so many anti-war people, and they want to divide us and make it seem like we're alone.
But they got bombs, they got guns, they got everything they need at their disposal because of liberal democracy, where we don't get actual freedom, we get this pretend freedom where they slowly try to figure out the way. They're like, technology will bring us the solution to this. And they're right, it's slowly getting there.
Take off your shirt. Not take off your pants.
You're gonna fucking be a scared American when their true state police show up, a bunch of international fucking, we don't speak your language, shut the fuck up and get out of our way. They have guns and body armor, and when we call the police, they don't answer.
That's because we don't call.
Yeah.
The ancoms are the police.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Now you get what I mean when I'm talking about the liberal society. They're like, when do we get the ultimate government? Is it here yet?
Oh my god.
Is the ultimate government here?
Is the government here to save us?
The Confederacy, you mean?
Oh,
the
God.
actual decentralized government?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
See?
Confederacy.
That'd be nice.
It's like the first thing they did after they established this nation is secure a centralized power by getting rid of any chance for a republic.
I think that's my vision of anarcho-communism. It's under confederated
Wasn't that the start of the revolution?
peoples.
Was the so-called conservatives assassinating the revolutionaries, and then the revolutionaries responding?
Well, I don't remember.
The American Revolution.
I don't know.
The first strike was the Boston Massacre.
I don't know the American Revolution. Actually,
Boston
it
Massacre.
has nothing to do with anarchism.
Oh, it does. Only because anarchy is based on human nature and what we've all been trying to do this whole time. Right? Okay, so the political science, all political science is the humans writing about their struggles, okay? That's all it is. It started with liberty, right? Give me liberty, give me justice. I want freedom from this bullshit. They got killed. And then everybody continued writing about it and reading about it. Then the ideas started coming out, like, first there was communism. What would it look like, you know? Because how do you really bring people into your group? The libertarians and the people who want liberty, they had to write about what it would look like for these people to even imagine getting beyond their liberal society, because they couldn't even. People were like, what does freedom even look like, you know? And so they're like, let's write about it. So they wrote about communism. Karl Marx was one of the big famous ones. He wrote about the idea of using socialism, the American style government, something that they don't tell you, that using socialism, but specifically for the workers, as opposed to just for everybody, you know? It's like, well, the workers are technically the people that we want. And so that's the next step in political science, was communism and socialism. And then there was this huge spark, a huge race. You keep talking about it. Hitler, he was drugged up by the super elite because they recognized that the actual socialism coming from the East is a huge, huge threat. You know, it's not like a pretend threat. That's what they're like, holy shit, that's a real threat. And so, boom, let's get National Socialism going instead. And then people immediately recognize this, and that's where anarchy comes from. Was when they realized that everything had been hijacked, the term liberty had been hijacked, and libertarians, their own comrades running around, were the enemy, because they were just liberals led to believe that their freedoms were being taken from them. Their own communists were turning against them. It was all anarchy. It was literally anarchy or nothing at that point. And then they just started writing about anarchy. And now here we are in the year 2023, where all anybody writes about is anarchy. That's what this is. That's why it's contagion. It's literally like, this is reality. Like, welcome to reality, elite and peasants. Like,
I think Marxism has a way bigger following than anarchy does.
Yes and no. They're all people who already know this. They all feel the same struggle. It's just that they don't believe in anarchy. They believe in that anarchy will never happen. Specifically, the society that comes after capitalism, which is anarchy. It's the in-between society. It probably would be based on a lot of socialism, but with specifics about anarchy, as opposed to anything else. And they don't believe in that because they believe that you have to gather up a new, like, to me it sounds like
power.
CIA, like the disruption of like anarchy, because they want to seize power for themselves, and they're missing a lot of key points of even Marxism and socialism and anarchy in general to really reach that conclusion. You would have to glimpse it from like a very narrow scope and be like, wow, that looks like the ultimate government of control. You have everything nationalized, everybody's working towards the same goal of world unification, and we're all willing to do anything and everything for it. And because we just have everything done by the group, and everything's supposed to be democratic, it looks really good. Like, but they're missing so many points about why anarchy exists, why liberty exists, why any of this exists, really, because they just took one thing and they're like, hey, we got a problem in society, here's the solution. All the power to the government, we'll take care of it, no problem. But like, look at this. This is not, the evidence shows, no way, no fucking way. The government is here to fucking kill you, end of story.
Yeah.
Like, that's just it.
It's the same old story between good and evil. That's it.
If they're not killing you now, it's because they're busy with someone else.
Yes.
As time goes on, everything changes.
Yes, and it's simply because there's elite people who are using their immense wealth
like
to pay lots of people to do lots of movement for them, because that's how much money they have.
Anarchism's not even 200 years old.
And it's this way already. There's nothing they can do. They literally have to just keep killing people forever to literally make it go away. And it's just not going to work. At least
Anarchy
in this moment,
yeah.
it shouldn't work. People shouldn't be rolling over. And they're not. And I think that is giving people a comfort, a false sense of comfort. A real big false sense of comfort. That they think that the anarchy begins when they all realize that they're a collective bigger than the elite.
That's a kind of.
And then once you can only, because that's the point. Anarchy is you have to remove the top in order to move forward. You just have to, like, cut the top off, fuck what it wants, let the people govern themselves, let it all just fucking be absolutely what it is. If you really, really need a decision to be made where people are involved, you have a way to reach them. You have every which way to access them. There is no need for this convoluted democracy.
But the only concern ever really is what's to stop.
You don't need politicians. You don't need any of the fucking government. Everybody at the top.
I'm just saying, what's to stop a group of like 2 million people in one area fucking a group of other people that is just like 500 people?
You're talking about like
a group of anarchists who are hateful.
Yeah.
Who want to go kill people who can't stop them. Like, what do? You're only left to fight people. And it's just
You
like
don't have to. That's a false. I'm not gonna fight them. You know what? I'll go there and I'll say my piece, but I'm not gonna fight them because that's illogical. I'm not gonna throw my life away like that.
They're still gonna be Nazis.
That's why anarchy continues, because I know what anarchy is.
There is no solution.
I know what anarchy
There's
is.
not a single solution for any of us.
Anarchy is the solution.
Anarchy isn't anything more than just this right here. Acknowledging that you talk about it and you become a target. And then they use the Central Intelligence Agency to break us apart. They're just even that idea.
I'm not espousing what
It's the counterintelligence agency. They want to counter your intelligence. They want to counter anybody's intelligence.
Everyone can think what they want, you know? That's the whole point. That's like why the whole like mission of Christ is really important with all this bullshit. Because you get a bunch of people thinking what they want. We'll just make something different. We'll make something and we'll tell everybody what it is.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna tell everyone what something is. I don't think so.
Exactly. People need to realize it's always been the same shit every day since forever.
The only thing that matters is treating people with respect and dignity.
Exactly.
It doesn't even need to be called anything, you know?
The government is a title, though. That's the point. You gotta get rid of the idea out of people's mind, and you gotta put it in a replacement, and it's anarchy.
Yep.
I don't know.
The problem is, there's a lot of people who are in the system, and they gotta realize that all they have to do is include everybody in the system, and then you're included. You've already solved your same problem. It's just so simple, but the elite want you to think it's not. They want you to think it's complicated. It's as simple as anarchy, and everybody's here. We're all included. There are no borders, you know. If somebody needs help and they ask for it,
There's more people who want borders than people who don't want borders.
that's nonsense.
Our world is a fuck.
That is so much nonsense. Like when people come down to it, and you explain to them that everything's okay, and they can relax knowing that everything is gonna stay exactly the same. No matter what they do, it's gonna be exactly the same. Nothing's gonna change. They can lose their mind. They can run around their yard screaming about how people are coming for them.
Good luck convincing any of these fucking dumb twits anything.
It doesn't matter. You don't need to convince them. You just need to keep talking. Exactly.
Keep talking and keep telling the
just
truth.
they show up. They're like, "What's going on? I read on the news. Blah blah blah." It's like, well, here's a camera. It never stopped running. Go look at the feed. Who the fuck cares? We don't. Have a good day.
I'm actually kind of tired of arguments.
Exactly. That's the fucking point.
That's why
we all have
podcast.
People have had the technology for a long time now. It's ridiculous. C-SPAN literally is just evidence of that. You put politicians in the spotlight of the camera and they fucking all shape up, but then they decide also at the same time to start their secret islands and fucking faraway places where they can now plot the defeat of humanity.
The government didn't chase my followers away. I did.
No.
Because I got there. I'm constantly, every post, you're all fucking idiots, dumb fucks, stupid dumb fucks, cursing, like Mark Passio. I'm just as jaded as Mark Passio.
No, that's the point. Mark Passio is one of their talking heads. He gets paid money. You don't. You speak like him. You speak an anarchy version, a bastardized one, where he's just outraged all day. That's not anarchy. Being outraged.
He's like
feeling outraged is okay, and you're not wrong to feel outraged. But treating life with outrage is ridiculous. It's like alienation, because the only people that can truly be outraged are white men. Everyone else gets beat or put in jail. I fucking can't walk around without the police getting called on me. Lloyd tells you to relax because he fucking knows what it's like to be a black man.
Yep.
Absolutely, the government took everything from you. made you think you're crazy.
It made you
Try to
think
do
that
the
you're
same thing to me.
alone. They try to make us think that we're alone.
Everyone tries to tell me I'm not alone.
No, I'm not saying you're not alone. You clearly have been alone. I think I'm alone.
I know I'm alone. That's the difference.
If you think you know something,
I think that I want to die. I think that I don't want to continue in this fight. I think that everyone can do their own fucking thing.
sounds like the government got to you.
Sounds like I got to me. The government's not getting to me. I'm done. My fight is like, I don't have a fight. All this stuff is what I've created. Because I felt it was necessary, not the government.
Yeah.
They've been sending people after me, like I still don't care.
Exactly.
I still don't care.
How I feel. You know what I mean?
I don't lock my fucking doors. I don't get bigger guns.
Yeah.
They think that.
They think that this division that they've given me will make me weak. Instead, it made me much more aware that they're here.
Because none of this shit ever fucking mattered. Never in a fucking million years did anything that happened in this fucking dirty scumbag realm ever fucking mean any bit of difference anywhere other than here. And I can't wait to go to the fucking light. Be done with this terror. Terror of just fucking waking up in the morning, living.
There's people out there waiting to hear the truth.
Unfortunately, they're listening to words rather than seeing what's happening.
I did my bit.
With their eye. Inside their head.
I did the marching, I did the yelling, I did just about everything except be a terrorist.
That's what they're waiting for. Make sure you don't do that. But you know, I know, there's no way they're gonna convince me that there's a group of fucking anybody innocent being held captive. And fucking, I'm the captive. They're gonna have to come for me.
They're just gonna do whatever they're gonna fucking do. No
Exactly.
matter like how much I talk about it or how many people I reach, they'll always be the same. Until like everybody else does their part. I've already been doing my fucking part. I've run out of all my fucking resources, my energy. You know, I've burned it all out myself, no one else. I stopped working and doing and making things that I used to love to fucking do. I did it all to myself. There's no fucking government, but they are doing their thing, but it's just like, yeah, like you said, I'm not a slave, right? We're not slaves.
I'm not a slave.
No one's fucking forcing me to do anything but me. At this point, they can fucking follow. I don't even fucking pay attention anymore. I'm not even looking because I don't give a fucking rat's fucking tiny little pecker. Because that's all they are. They're tiny little fucking shriveled up peckers. It makes no bit of fucking difference. Never did whatever the fuck they did. Never made a bit of difference. It's only because people fucking believe in it. It's like I'm not a smart man. I never was. But I know how to do my own fucking thing. Do whatever the fuck I want. Which is like not much at all. Don't ask for anything, don't fucking want anything. Barely want to wake up in the fucking morning. You know, I don't fucking want anything. I don't fucking want
want anything. Look at all this shit I have, and I still don't fucking want anything. But it keeps coming.
You're enchanted, my friend.
I don't know about, I used to think maybe there is some fucking Holy Spirit that's been talking to me my entire fucking life and like leading these 2 feet and making me go out in the fucking street shouting. Not even know what the fuck I'm going to say, but the fucking fact that I just keep saying things, I don't know where it's coming from. I never know what the fuck I'm talking about. I never did. I just fucking do. That's all I ever done is just fucking do. Fucking Forrest Gump. Angry Forrest Gump.
Stupid is as stupid does.
Yep. I somehow still have faith in the universal, the power that connects everything, the universe, God. I still have faith.
I do too. It's like the sad thing is those people connected with that don't want power, and like they don't want to like emit power onto anybody else. That's like the sad part about it, because just to deter all these fucking scumbag motherfuckers, you gotta kick their fucking teeth in. And like you literally have to kick their fucking teeth in. Because they're not gonna stop otherwise.
Yeah, this is us
Everyone
kicking
has
their
to
teeth
take
in
their
right now.
personal power. We're taking our personal power, but we can't do it alone, and we know that. And that's the importance with
Understanding.
getting some message out there.
Some kind of message.
Some kind of message.
I don't know, like the thing about being alone, it's like I know that I'm not alone and there's like support, but it's like whatever it is, like that feeling of being alone and like that feeling of being connected, like it just doesn't line up for me. It never did. As like a child, as a child, all my life I felt completely alone. No matter how many people were around, no matter how many people were showing care. I don't know. It's just always felt alone.
There's like a certain level of disconnect some of us are having.
And like all my life, all I ever wanted was to be a part of something. My entire life. Still, I want to be a part of something.
A lot of groups that I join feel really shallow too. Like this is definitely not what I was looking for.
40-year-old man still wanting to be a part of something. But like, again, like I'm like autistic and I can't fucking behave. Or whatever the fuck it is that I am. Like my personality, my Jungian personality, whatever it is. It's like I can't fit into the box that everybody else is like sitting in.
Yeah, and the people in the boxes in these groups, I'm pretty sure they're alone too, because it's not real deep connections. It's roles that they're playing in some kind of system.
Yeah, and I can't play that fucking game. No matter how hard I try. I mean, I can act, and like I can play certain roles.
Everyone
but, like,
can act.
I can't play all those roles.
Everyone can act. It's the people, the neurodivergent people who are very resistant to this acting. Our bodies reject being anything other than what we naturally were formed as. creatures that move their body, can't sit still, staying at a desk, shutting up all day.
I think that like this is like God sending like the saints or something back to the earth. I truly, that's what I believe is happening. Like these spirits, these souls are coming back. Like whoever they are, whatever they are, like this is gonna be like the breaking point for like all this like capitalistic torture. Like these people who just like won't fucking stand for it anymore.
Well,
Like
I feel
naturally,
like I've been here for before,
you know.
and I'm young. I'm 25 now.
I'm
I
a
feel like
completely different person than the person that was born into this world, because that person literally died. Their story just ended. And when a new thought started coming, it was completely different. It was like, here's what you need to know. And then the rest is me suffering through the trauma, I guess you could say, of bursting out of the fake reality and into a new one.
This fucking fake reality bullshit.
I gave myself a new name. I started my name back in the beginning of my journey, not knowing what it was going to be about.
So coming out into the social reality has been this transition of get enough comfort and to really do anything, because I have to learn what everyone's talking about, what the hell is going on.
I'm gonna be the most awful podcaster.
I gotta heal and strengthen myself.
Because I gotta yell and I gotta vent.
That's
the other way
fine.
around.
And
We
I
need to
say
get the
things
truth.
that I
Well, you're gonna
kind of
be.
don't mean about myself. It's like I don't want to give up on
I would say
everything.
you would by default
It's-
would become the star of any
It's
show.
it's a feeling that I've had too. It's a feeling that a lot of people have.
And it's
What-
because
Because
that's who live in this land, you know. That's
We-
who the people that are going to be listening are this guy.
Like
Yeah.
blokes.
yeah, people like
And
you.
like I don't know, that's just brutal honesty. I don't care. And I
Yeah,
would,
I can take the fucking.
There's
truth.
so absolutely, I would, if there was a table and we were sitting here next to it, you would be standing with the shotgun, you know.
For all of the people
And we would be the liberals sitting here with laptops.
felt
You know.
suicidal,
You talk.
it's that
I mean,
recognition.
obviously, there's no faces really in podcasts, so they're not. People lose the whole point of disenchanting them is they hear you, and then we also are here talking, and the image is nothing more than the
Yeah, disenchanting, disillusioning.
yeah, exactly.
There's
You're
an
not
illusion.
you aren't you're not holding us captive, but and we're also not these little fucking, I don't know, whatever they imagine us as.
Yeah, who
the
the
hipster
fuck knows
douchebags.
what anyone will fucking think, and who cares anyway?
Exactly. There's the,
You know-
the image, and then there's who we are, and that's the point.
So on the topic of suicide, people feel suicidal because there's this awareness that they suddenly have or over time have, where it's better to be dead than to be a captive or a slave, or to be someone on the run who's
Highly
harassed,
relatable.
to be fucking struggling for your life and not knowing why, or knowing why but not having anything to do about it, or what to- who to help,
There's
who
no
to
one
help
coming
you,
help 'em.
who to help, who to group with. And they want us to feel isolated and alone and suicidal. They want us to kill ourselves off, or they want us to be violent so they'll have a reason to kill us.
Make it easy for them. We do all the work.
Yeah. They're like, either we're gonna quarantine them, isolate them, or we're gonna kill them, and it'll be because they do something violent, because they don't want to make any martyrs.
And We're all just people. That's the crazy thing. It's always been this way. When it comes down to it, when we're given a moment just to talk, we all just discover we're just people.
Yep, and we all have so many similarities.
And then we start to, and then when there was this weird, for whatever reason we met, maybe it's at a protest or maybe it's because we met online. Then when we really start talking to each other, we're like, wait a second. Not only are we both just normal people, but also we've experienced this weird thing going on that most people don't even want to talk about. Most people don't even want to think about. Most people don't even want to see your face after you say it.
Oh my God, yes.
That's how bad it is.
The amount of...
Like, hey, I want respect. And they're like, ugh, how could you say that?
How dare you ask for a reasonable thing?
And then they realize they're dealing with somebody unreasonable.
Everybody.
Absolutely. Like I said, they have geniuses working for them.
Yeah, they do.
They knew about this system of control before it was even implemented. They knew about the internet, all this shit. The only thing that it was waiting on was the other stupid billionaires to catch on.
What's that one?
Oh, this was some really nice cheese that I just ate real bad.
I say stupid, I should say ignorant. Because as we all were born ignorant, we're gonna die ignorant. But you know what? Despite all that ignorance, it seems like every day I wake up, there's still something happening.
Yeah, the fact that we even wake up is pretty fucking neat.
I try to figure out what the fuck is going on with this world.
And I find it really interesting that everybody's still talking about the same thing. The past, how many years now has it been?
Fucking assholes.
The past 600 years? Everybody keeps talking about the same thing. We're all talking about, hey, there's a quite the concentration of power at the top.
Yep.
After all these years.
There's so many corrupt people. Controlling everyone else.
Yeah.
The oligarchy.
Hey, where's this? Oh, they're hiding and they're poisoning us all? Oh, you mean we can just continue working and continue living our slow, lovely daily lives and just keep going and even just stop paying with the money and you can even keep stocking registers and do whatever the fuck you want. People walk past you and you can feel good about it. You can do whatever the fuck you really need to. And you know what? Those people that stand outside wearing camouflage and their face uncovered and they're smiling and they're holding a rifle, they're probably there for your protection. Because we know it happens. They send armed thugs to rough people up that are trying to just live their daily lives. And then they disconnect the brightest of us and the most capable just because they're like, shit, that's dangerous people. Those are dangerous people. They can lead mobs. They can lead mobs into just simply saying, hey, what do we do when we're dealing with this situation? Well, it's just as simple as, oh yeah, this has happened before, and you definitely don't want to let your guard down, as an example. Don't give up your guns. Simple rules of life that it's like taking our innate nature within us, the desires to live and protect and also serve in our communities and love each other. And they're just like, okay, stick with some basic concepts, okay?
We got those people in new.
That's against my nature. Why are they teaching me this? That you need to have a gun. Wait, what? But those are loud and dangerous. Like, what the hell? It's like, okay, why are we being told this? Even though it goes against a lot of our nature. But you also get to experience a lot of the shitty parts of life. Although our brains are really good at denial. Really good.
Yep.
Convincing us of anything and everything.
Bruce,
It's fucking sick. Yeah.
when is it ever enough pets?
I think the cats feel us. They're like, there's definitely these ones are onto something whenever they find humans that allow them even around. Think about it, the only person that's really gonna want to kill a cat just because it's coming up to them. Desperate hungry person or just complete monster that again just doesn't even care. They're not hungry. They're just gonna do the violence.
Yeah, psychopaths who want to torture animals.
Well, they just
He won't go up to anybody outside.
and then the more they
That's his
do the
thing.
violence, the more they get comfortable with it.
Mm-hmm.
So then it becomes just that.
Alright, Bruce, go lay down.
That's how serial killers develop.
Yeah, it's not like a. And then they make us all think it's like insanity and crazy mind stuff. They're like, it's like.
The system's creating serial killers and psychopaths.
The autistic people are the people who are so fucked up that they're gonna go out of their way to follow and measure somebody with data to then label them as autistic. That's the true autistic people. Seriously, it's fucking weird to do that. For no reason too.
Let's see what's wrong with this person while they're
like,
not conforming.
Yeah, exactly. That's it right there.
We found a name for it.
Well, my whole thing is to paint them all crazy. Because they are.
They are crazy.
Right, Bruce? Oh, fucking assholes.
Telling other people that they're crazy for being natural human beings. Like, I was born into a world where I've never not known,
or they don't know what the hell's going on.
There's constant war going on.
Oh yeah, the war between those that know that those that don't know.
Of
Those
all
that
my,
do know and feel like they have the right to take it away from other people.
Yeah. All my 25 years of living on this planet, there's been war. And I'm just like a little kid confused. Why can't we just have world peace? I don't understand what these wars are about. And I become indoctrinated in school. These wars are about freedom. We're saving people.
Well, it goes back to like all these people, they're stuck in their family legacy. You know, these giant families, these giant names.
The slave is also a role expected of the family.
Like they have this whole vision of how like global society is supposed to be. Like that's what they believe in. Just as simply as that. The way that we believe in anarchism, they believe in enslavement. It's that simple.
Oh yeah, they imagine that because they're willing to give up their humanity, that almost everybody is, which is the exact opposite. Humans actually would rather play along with the pretend playing by the books game while also doing something completely different. Like, that's human nature right there. Being like, oh, you want us to play by the books? Well, we pretended to from afar. And it's like, all you need to do is just be like, oh, the Americans expect some GDP numbers? I don't know, who the fuck cares? Yeah. Which American do you think's gonna come check on it? The CIA, but like, they're not actually gonna do anything other than threaten you like they always would. So it's like, it's like the same old bullshit.
GDP is so stupid.
Oh yeah, I remember going to the CIA handbook.com.
Guess what, guys? We can be extra wasteful. We just produced a whole bunch of shit.
Things. And you're like, just numbers on paper. And if you go to do the CIA dirty work, it would be checking to see if those numbers are accurate, and you can post whether it is or isn't. and all you did was sell out a bunch of humans trying to hide from the government. All of us just doing the dirty work. It's fucking weird. I hate this shit. I can't do anything without being a fucking monster. Dirty bro.
Can't wait until winter's over. Not that it helps that the fucking icebergs are melting.
Well, it's really fascinating, I guess you could say, what's happening with how we're gonna experience some cold, and then what, like extreme heat death?
Yeah.
Because the warm summers cause colder winters because it melts more ice. That frozen cold, that new exposed air, that all that ice melting makes an extreme rapid cool down of the north. It spreads down south, and then but because all you did was remove the cooling aspect, the thing that's been keeping the planet at least at a marginal temperature. It's like the graphs are like this. You know, you've seen the heating graphs, right? Where they show the planet heating. It's like each year, it's like the new highest it's ever been. Well, each high, right? That means it melts more ice, and then the more ice brings these colder. It's like they're like, why is it getting colder if it's supposed to be global warming? It's like, well, the ice melts.
The ice melts and it gets cold from all the melting ice, and then once we don't have any more ice, then it gets really, really hot suddenly.
Yeah.
And then
the
we
sea
all
levels
die.
rise. Suddenly everything becomes
We all die.
Yep.
And the large animals die.
We all die
and
of
a bunch of the bugs
and
die
disease because our bodies weren't meant to be at a sustained 120 degrees outside.
And then fucking what's left is microorganisms.
And billionaires hiding in bunkers.
Billionaires hiding in bunkers.
Well, the kids already know if
The billionaires are just like, how do we keep our slaves from running away when we're in our bunkers?
We already spread that message online. It's like it starts with like a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and then all of a sudden, little comics making memes of a bunch of people showing up to a bunker, breaking down the door, and killing billionaires. That's a comic that was made. In the time that I was memeing.
I didn't know that.
I even shared it. I even changed it up a little bit. Oh yeah, there's been so much going on in this little black box.
Yep.
I'm sure they know me by
keep
name.
it going.
I'm sure Joe Biden knows my fucking name.
They're like, that piece of shit is still making the youth think about the greater world.
Yeah, and they want you to get up and stop.
Said Bar's here, Biden, he just climbed a tree.
This tree, fucking cut it down.
Probably.
Definitely. That's the kind of shit I've experienced when I fall in love with things. I fucking kill it. That's why I think it's
For me, when it's
social
been,
and personal.
when I fall in love with things, there's been so many people telling me, "Oh, great, you should make money off of that."
Yeah.
Then it becomes a chore.
Oh, yeah.
Because then you have to do it a certain way because of the stupid fucked up system. Oh, you want to do graphic design? You want to communicate messages to people? Well, here, give them this message. Pretend that this company cares about people on the planet. So everyone's docile and
my brain doesn't even work
fucking
that way.
brainwashed.
Money's like the last thing my brain wants to deal with.
Their universe is plopping out humans like us are becoming less and less
Thinking about what's written on a piece of paper
susceptible to
somewhere.
these fucking games.
Realize
It's like
better.
it's like how the forests all over America are being taken over by these spiky vines. The all the living things are becoming more and more resistant to the shit that's going on.
The ultimate anti-human weed. It's chemical resistant. It's pick resistant. It's pole resistant.
It's cold resistant. It's hot resistant, and it's water and drought resistant.
And you can't even get near it because it's covered in thorns.
Yep. And
Not
if
even
you
the...
if you put on gloves, some of those thorns go right through it too.
Oh yeah, it's not even like the easy thorns, like rose thorns.
And
it's
if
those,
you try to pull it out,
it's those blade thorns.
the roots are really deep. So
those
I don't feel like pulling out so-called invasive species. The only invasive species are fucking humans, and not all of them either.
I pulled out all the bittersweet.
Bittersweet.
It's a vine that chucks off the trees.
I feel like there's a big difference pulling weeds and things that you don't want in your own fucking yard and you're taking care of the land. There's a difference between that and then just going to forests and pulling up shit.
Oh yeah.
Because you're told it's an invasive thing. And I'm just like, well, this is the only thing that's fucking surviving what you're doing to the earth. I don't want to pull the last thing up because the fucking trees around it are dying.
Oh yeah, they're like, hey, this is... I mean, it doesn't even matter because when you bring in industrial equipment, you can clear forests and tear out everything on the top.
Yeah, that's true.
2 seconds.
They can slash and burn and break up the soil and all that shit. And then what they do? They put the soil in bags and they sell it.
That's why we humans only thing.
It's criminal.
They sell food, they sell soil, they sell everything. Pay your tithes to God money. If you want food, you gotta buy it. Never mind needing it for survival. And literally being alive.
The best thing is that the more we talk about it, the more the elite literally have to let up, because if you point out the things that they're doing to choke people out, they become aware of it, and they get upset, and then they're like, oh well, never mind. It's like food's actually in abundance.
Yeah, but we have to keep going too. It can't be like, it can't be a movement.
No, yeah, it's not a movement. It's not like a to the streets and march around.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
No more fucking reform.
Yeah, fuck
No
the
more
reforms.
making another form of the same bullshit.
Streets are a good place to reach people though.
And no shuffling around the power. Yeah.
The streets are
because it's so real. You know? It's
Yeah.
on the ground.
Yeah.
But that's like what protests are all about. People are afraid to go to those.
Yeah.
They were even afraid to be like so like it's so bad the liberal fucking shit show that was the anti-war protest. Every
It was a
person
fucking
there,
joke.
there was so many people there at the protest, but they all didn't want to be like socially accepted with being pro-Russian. They're like, whoa, I can't be seen there, guys. My social media would be shocked.
Social media.
And they're like, who's this fucking pro-Russian bastard? We can't find him anywhere. It's because, I don't know, you just can choose not to go on.
I am actually pro-Russian because they have such an uphill battle against this fucking American nation. It's like the entire fucking nation, every fucking Russian life depends on it.
Yeah.
To fucking thwart it.
But we should be pro-American, you know, in the sense that of our fucking national identity, not our fucking national
I still believe
wallet or whatever the
something
fuck
can happen
people
here.
want, their portfolios, their fucking devil
Good.
worship.
It won't be led by any of the same bullshit. It won't be better until something extremely radical happens.
I think this is pretty fucking radical.
Yeah. I feel like all the people who they've characterized as hippies and stoners and stuff like that, all the people talking about this is radical, this is righteous. They're just, they made caricatures out of them.
Yeah, they ruined the word.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'll still fucking, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's my vocabulary, not theirs.
Yeah, I just point that out because when I realize that people have just been like they're taking up personal power, and then they get shit on, and then there's this fake image of them in the media of what they supposedly are. They're supposedly lazy, immature, stupid.
Maybe I am.
Well, for ignorant. But the idea of maturity where you grow up and you worship money, that's a fucking lie and a joke. Not a funny joke, a sad joke. Because it's fucking destroying everyone and everything.
It's the worst story ever told. So there's not a story. That's everything.
Yep. So, if we have to learn from the children who aren't tainted yet, and so be it.
But fully aware.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is a lot of children are now being sent mixed messages on what's really the issue. The issue is government, as it's always been, and our right to self-govern.
Mm-hmm. And they're working their best to take away any ounce of autonomy that anyone has.
Like of whichever gender role you want to take in this fucked up world.
And the schooling system does so much to take away children's autonomy. By even basic things like making them ask permission to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, what happens when a child starts asking for their freedoms?
Not allowing them to eat in class.
What is that called? Social something? You're just creating their little automatons. That's all it's ever been.
They need permission to talk, permission to stand up, permission to eat, permission to pee and poop.
Yeah.
And then they're told that the adults know everything and they have to learn from them.
Well, the adults do surely know more about how the world works, but
yeah, but it's like the way they do it is to just
it's full indoctrination.
Yeah, to just teach them their message instead of being like, okay, well, let's see what's going on in the world. Instead of telling them and showing them what's going on so they can see for themselves, it's all about giving them a curated message
Absolutely.
and continuing to edit these textbooks
Absolutely.
and continuing to edit these lessons plans.
All hands off.
And the fucking
Not hands
teachers,
off, but like out of sight.
the teachers are heavily monitored too. Like they'll have people from school board coming in and making sure they're teaching them a certain way.
Yeah, it's all government.
Yeah.
Schools,
They're not even,
hospitals.
they're not supposed to go on strike. The teachers. I felt really bad for the teachers during the whole lockdown, everything. They were overwhelmed.
Well, they should know the truth. You know, that's the startling reality. That's what it takes. That's like literally someone like grabbing them by the shoulders and, hey, look what's happening, idiots.
Yeah. Everyone wake up.
Nah, I'm not asking politely anymore. It's either wake the fuck up or
Oh, yeah.
the fuck on.
Use your right to authority, the thing that you have, to at least guide people in the right direction. Like trying to teach people to, like, I feel like like the anarchies, the Archies, the people who pretend to be anarchists, they're the real issue, because they're saying I'm an anarchist while also not doing that. They're staying silent and being like, oh yeah, it's all good, just do whatever. And it's like, no. You have to be vocal about wanting it.
They're afraid. Everyone's afraid something bad's gonna happen to them.
Absolutely.
Something bad's already happening. That's what
no
I'm
matter
fucking.
No matter what.
Yeah, it's like
Water's poisoned, the food's poisoned, the air's poisoned. Our
there's
minds are
plastic in
poisoned.
everything.
Yeah. It's all poison.
We're constantly being bombarded with the electromagnetic spectrum. We don't even know what it's doing to us.
Even if we do win, we fucking lose. They, you know, in a sense, they already fucking killed us, and they already kind of fucking won. Unless we can somehow magically, mysteriously fucking.
As
turn
soon
this
as
around.
everyone sits down and shuts the fuck up, that's when the elite win.
Oh yeah. You demand.
The elite already won. The fact that you destroyed all life on this planet.
I don't know. I mean,
That's a big win in my book.
I think once we get the elite, I'll feel much better.
Yeah.
And then we can let the planet die. But as long as they get to know that they didn't make it.
If they're,
There's no way in hell I'm letting this planet die, and the elite think that they're gonna let it go a little bit longer than the rest of us.
and
Like,
staying in
hell
fucking
no, like
bunkers.
they're real? Like we're all dying and they're fucking real? Like no fucking way. You did this shit. We're gonna fuck it. Oh my like any police officer that comes across me that is
was my
opening
message.
fire is like they're sent to fucking kill me because they already know.
That was my message to these kids online.
Yeah, but that's what
At
gets
all
me.
costs.
They're gonna kill us. We're all gonna die. They're gonna kill all of us.
And that's why
Yeah, this shit's already happening.
That's why the
The
In your
gun's just
bunkers.
pointed at somebody else now.
Yeah.
The bombs are landing on someone else now. They're aiming at someone else. But we're next.
And eventually, they'll even pay off everybody. You know, they'll pay off Putin. They'll be like, hey Putin, we'll because they don't care. Their word was meaningless. There's nothing. There's no story for them. It's just they know our story and they're gonna fucking stifle out humanity and on all its human social progress that it's made.
So yeah, if everyone dies, we gotta make sure that the elite fall with everybody else.
You cannot let them recreate a society.
Yeah, because then they'll be fucking destroying this planet even more.
It would be even worse.
Yep.
Or trying to get to Mars or whatever the fuck they're trying to do.
Oh yeah.
Underground cities,
Like
other planet cities, living in the
lava
space
planet.
in a spaceship or something.
Yeah. It's like Star Wars Episode 3 with Anakin dying, becoming Vader. That planet.
Oh yeah.
Can't you see? Your
They shouldn't be
tyranny
allowed.
is gonna be this.
Gotta destroy this disease of greed, not let it spread to other planets.
Oh yeah, there's
Could you
gonna be tons of
imagine them?
wannabe Hitlers running around too.
Could you
Forming
imagine
little
them
posses of who's gonna be the next Hitler?
Intergalactic Hitler.
paying their scientists to figure out how to travel to other universes and going and terrorizing aliens over there? That'd be
Yeah.
fucking. Oh, we can't let that happen.
Absolutely not. That's
One
simply
of my
horrifying.
One of my meme jokes was actually we rip their pineal glands out and we send them through particle accelerators and send them to another dimension. They never come back, never able to reincarnate. Done. We figure out which fucking dimension is the one that fucking no one is at.
I don't know. Maybe we'll make them in an ultimate poltergeist, and they'll start entering our souls.
Yeah, that's why we gotta get them out of this realm.
Just a quick burial, just something to say. How do you do?
I was even thinking destroying their pineal glands just to make sure, even if it is some psychic fucking crazy. Just in case.
Yeah.
Just in fucking case. That's like, your soul like travels out of you through that fucking little gateway. Hold it right there, varmint. You're not going anywhere. Done. Game over. Never again.
Makes me think of the zombie shows where they always have to cut off, or zombie shows or movies where they always have to cut off the heads.
Pretty much. I think it's like these visions that I've been seeing and like pop culture and everything everyone's been pumping into the world around us, like into the music, into the movies, into like comic books, even into memes and people you meet. Like the collective consciousness, like whatever is deep down, like maybe influencing us, it's like trying to send this fucking message. We gotta fucking do something.
Yep. There is a whole idea in a, I don't want to say the spiritual community, but a part of spirituality where humanity is going from what do they call it? Division consciousness. This is a 3D perception to a 5D perception where it's connectivity. And that's all cool and great, but what's been missing is that so many people are doing spiritual bypassing where it's just like everything's all cool, we just gotta be peaceful in our minds, when they're just ignoring the issue of there's people who worship money and they enslave, hold others hostage, and
they lie.
Yeah,
like that's not.
There's no what you can't go to 5D consciousness. You can't get to communism. You can't get to world peace. You can't get to any of that stuff without addressing the issue.
Truly.
It's like trying to plant a garden amongst weeds.
We're trying to plant a garden in front of a fucking bulldozer.
Yeah. Planting a garden in front of a bulldozer. That's even better.
Planting a garden in front of a bulldozer. That's a great meme right fucking there.
It's okay,
Look
guys.
at my garden,
Let's just
everyone.
make our
That
garden.
is a good meme.
And then fucking bulldoze. Peace and love, everyone.
Big old black and yellow capitalism bulldozer. And what's the quote? Hold on. This is good because we've heard it. It's from the Great Reset. Boom, right there.
Oh my god, it was in that article that I was just looking at.
That the title, the fucking bulldozer says capitalism. You've got your garden, you're trying to plant it. The Great Reset. You know what I'm talking about. You've heard about it.
Yeah, Klaus Schwab.
Yeah, these sick fucking bastards are even hijacking anarchy, making it sound like something that they can usurp into their ultimate form of control. Their own, like I want to be the new global elite.
Oh yeah.
After this global elite,
I've seen
instead of their children.
I've seen anarchists promoting the 15-minute walkable cities. You know.
What the fuck is that?
Enslavement.
This one, the one you were born, or we're gonna be living in, the Middletown. 15-minute walkable cities.
What is 15-minute walkable city?
It's a fucking concept. It's a real concept.
What does the 15-minute mean?
It's where you live in a city and you just got to make sure everything you need is within 15 minutes, like a Walmart.
Oh.
Everything
your job.
So you don't need a car.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
You work the city, you run it, you little fucking puppets while the rich fuckers that
in the city
drive around, they get a
recognition. They can't fucking leave. You got to get a passport to fucking leave.
It's a fucking farm. It's a human farm. Human zoos.
And then you have the other people who enforce it. They have cars where these people don't. And they drive to slightly further away doing the bidding of whatever the fucking... They're making some stupid product, or they're doing some stupid research to bring immortality to the fucking bastards up top. And that's pretty much it. Like that's what we're doing now. They just want to reset it so they're gonna do a slower trickle up effect.
And it'll be actual slavery. That is like actual slavery.
Yeah. Now then we're all slaves to lords and whatever that have guns. Nobody's coming to protect you, and that's the end of it. Like that's just
you
it.
Step out of line, you say one thing wrong. I mean, I don't know what they'll do, but like it's all it takes.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming.
Can you? That's a beautiful meme though. I wish we could hand draw it.
What does a bulldozer look like? Is it the one that has a shovel in front?
Yeah, like the skid loader, but even bigger.
Big flat plow, just.
Yeah.
The D10 is the fucking big honker.
Yeah.
Giant fucking quarry bulldozer.
And your what do you call the garden? Like, it's a liberal anarchy. Just someone saying, check out my garden.
I mean, that's all for the meantime, you know.
The Great Reset. That's what we're fucking dealing with right now. They're making us believe the Great Reset is income, but in reality, the Great Reset's gonna be at their hopeful best is literally whatever Ukraine's happening. At other people's, like the non-elite, like the social like idea that they're it's the same thing. They just want to take, like, they want to make people believe that you can take control. Like, I don't know, it's just like, it's like saying, oh well, we don't care if who takes helm of the system as long as somebody does. And it's like, no, you don't need the system. Like, and not like that anyway. Everybody's our fucking ally. It's always been that way. It's the first like lines of anarchy, is we have to believe that every single person is a smart or intelligent person capable of thought and anything, even if they seem maybe to be distraught at first or confused. It doesn't even matter as long as you just remember the topic at hand. And you notice if you just keep talking about anarchy,
These things look like.
People just stop talking about anything else.
This is my attempt to draw on a bulldozer. This is a shovel thing. It's a rough one.
Unfortunately, we drew it a little too small. That's a D10. I'm pretty sure they make them bigger than that.
Oh yeah, the iconic Tonka Toys one.
Oh.
That's the plastic wrapper. Tank plow.
Oh wow. Okay.
And they have this hook in the back that they drag and just fucking rip the earth up behind as they push.
Push the top and tear off anything else or terror.
I need to look at it.
Like for that's crazy. Eating up like 1,000 gallons of diesel.
Yeah.
Every like few hundred feet or whatever. I mean, it's not until people realize that they just have to keep talking about anarchy. Yeah, with everybody, you know, their police, their local city council, help them understand. And when you see and just moving on, you know, we met, like at some point people have to accept that there's some people who know and they just don't care. Right? And those are the people that I feel like people spend too much time on. It's like just at least do something for the people that do care.
I don't know.
And changing the whole fucking message of anarchy that the CIA has painted for us is so fucking daunting. I know what everybody's talking about.
And nihilist chaos.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it's such a huge movement now. It's because it's like it's incorporated into everything. It's into like gender chaos now. Like gender anarchism. It's just like not defined as like, you know, classic gender roles. Like they've incorporated everything into it. It's like the catch-all, just painting all of it. It's like fucking trash.
Yeah. And so, like, no, that's anarchy though. Like, anarchy is simply wanting the thing that comes after the government. It's not.
Yeah, because there's 303 million people that gotta go on with their lives.
Yeah, like that's what the the people out there in Ukraine were doing, and the people out there in Spain.
Yeah.
There was, it's always a the capitalists fire the first shot.
And all these kids want to make like these niche movements.
Yeah,
fucking niche isn't gonna help us.
Yeah, the niches are not gonna help. The niches just divide us. It's like oh, we didn't achieve social anarchy because the government's still here. I guess we'll all just sit down and go home and start doing this like hospice care. And it's like, what? So you're telling me you're disarming every single capable person, and everyone's gonna go home and sit down and pray and eat soup and say, sit down, children, let's tell more stories. Like what? You're basically government agents at that point, like pacifying everybody till they die and letting all the people who are unsuspecting and unaware be unaware and unsuspecting.
Yep. And then not doing anything about all the people across the world who are being killed.
The Archies and their nihilist anarchism. These fuckers are the ones stifling people right now. Because they know, and they're like, they see three of us, and they're like, this is just three people. It's like, how has it been only three? It's like, no, there's a lot of people who already know about anarchy. And they decided that there's nothing that they can do or anybody can do. Because they know all their favorite artists are dead, and everybody who's ever an anarchist is in custody or whatever, and they're just like, oh, so we're just all gonna die. And it's like, you never even tried to speak up.
Yeah.
You never even tried.
You
Never
can't just
even
be
gave
those-
it. The fucking everybody, like literally, there's so many anarchists in our fucking world. They gave us everything. Google literally tried to give us literally the access. They tried to give us an index to the internet, and they even tried to like make a permanent. So like the problem with YouTube, right, is at some point the guy couldn't afford it. So Google was absolutely the best company to pick up YouTube. Give it for free. Everybody can just upload their fucking whatever they want on the internet. Like at some point that's a tool that you can realize, oh, you can just put your face out there and just say, hey, I want anarchy. And that's it. Like it's something as simple as that. And we know that that's all you gotta do to really get the CIA pissed off.
Yep.
They're like, wait, you can't ask for it, you fucking pieces of shit, and they mess with it. But now they're messing with a lot of people, so it's now, and then they're also getting the scope of the realization of just how many people they're messing with. they're like, wait, everybody's kind of been an anarchist. They just don't talk about it because there's no real need to in your day-to-day life. Like in reality, once everybody knows they're an anarchist, you can just be comfortable with that and even call people out if they don't understand how their position of authority is like disarming somebody else from being a normal person. Like you talk about it, James, with people telling you who you are.
Constantly.
Attacking our personal identities and our own self-identity is a form of authoritarianism. Trying to, are you a communist? Are you an anarchist? Are you a fascist? It's like, I just assume everybody's here for anarchy because, like, that's the only thing that makes sense. So,
yeah, I kind of think so.
Like, what's there more to say? Point me to your leaders, and I'll help you talk to them. Like, we'll all talk together. And when they gaslight you and they do this other stuff, I'm gonna call them out and be like, hey, you answer their question. Like, oh no, well you clearly don't care about what we're talking about because you're paid off or something. Tell it like it is. Walk away. If you want to sit there and have the fake argument that person's gonna want to put on, then go for it. But they have already been sold out a long time ago. That's the reason they're gonna lie to you, dismiss you, and be like, listen.
That's why the politicians have all these weird circular, just avoidance. They don't answer the questions. They just talk about fluff.
Fucking people online constantly asking for the cash app. Oh, here's some blessings. Trying to do these fucking scams. Trying to scam fucking everybody. Sick of this shit. Everything's a fucking scam these days. You just tell the scammers, like, sorry, I don't want money.
I've done that before.
Or just talk to them.
I ranted at someone who tried to scam me, and I told them,
just to waste time.
you're wasting your time on trying to scam me when you could be trying to scam some rich bastard or something.
Oh yeah, one of the scam calls I got was about a politician. The dude spent 30 minutes talking to me about why the Democrat politician was bad, potentially, and like these things that they did, like won their money through the lotto and all these other things. And they're like, do you feel like you'll vote for them in the upcoming election? And I was like, yeah, probably. And they're like, I was like, you didn't really tell me about the other guy. Because, like, now I know a lot about this person, but, like, I don't know anything about the other person. And you did not like that.
It's so
I
stupid.
got nothing good to say about that guy either.
Yeah, well, this is just a funny thing. I wasn't going to vote for either of them in the sense that by that point I was just fucking with the system. Anytime what I'd do if I decided to vote at any point, it was to vote for whoever was not in the seat of power. I was like, yeah, let's just flip everybody. Who the fuck cares? Moving on.
I don't even know what's going on out there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Especially the people who were like 40 years in. I was like, yeah, they need to know, like, anybody. Like, let's just give me something new. Let's see what we get.
All right. We got the bulldozer. We got the garden and this tiny person next to the bulldozer.
There's a video of Mayor Eric Adams running over a bunch of like quads and dirt bikes, and just small, low fuel consumption vehicles. Because people are using them illegally and just like, you know how black kids just like drive around on quads and shit in the cities.
Quads, the 4-wheelers.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta stop that.
Stop the crushing of 4-wheelers.
Yeah, with a big bulldozer. Video of it.
How the fuck do you stop that? Bullets can't stop a bulldozer. You'd have to run up there and tear the driver out.
Unless it's Marvin Heemeyer.
Oh, I'd like to believe that somebody would stop a bulldozer if I put my life in front of their bulldozer, but they would definitely keep going. I've already witnessed a lot of people do anything to pretend that they're going to kill me on accident. The driver would probably just look away, pretend he doesn't see me there. That's my fucking life. You were gonna let me die. But you didn't.